When we had last left the Envoy, they finally entered Mount Forja through its cavernous, super hot mines. And from within did they finally travel up to its highest point, where they met with the rest of the Steel Garrote, or at least what remained of them, seemingly. And there it was none other than Inquisitor Ludwig, who posed a most fraught and terrifying question. Would they choose to destroy or free Sopadal at the Garden? And they said that they would probably destroy them. And Sopadal went a little buck wild and turned a whole bunch of people into Dream Thralls, and there was a huge shockwave blast. Now, it was time to go to Solace Keep one more time, perhaps, and find the secret passage that it hid beneath, and race to the end of the line, race against the clock, against Ludwig to the Garden. This, or actually, not true. Ludwig was going to Dawnshore or whatever the hell, right? Yeah, they were just going to the Garden. That was it. This is Avowed. Welcome back. There we are. Let's unhide that. As the haunting music continues. I'm assuming these, yeah, they are dream thralled out. I don't know why I no longer am unable to fast travel, but I feel as if I should run there. Just as it was before at Emerald Stair. And there was the sacking of Fior Mese Verno.
Fear in the eye!
There we are. You know, I'm so shocked that we haven't found a ring that awards, that increases our stun in any way. I think we found a ring that does parry, but no stun. Shockingly enough. Okay. Look. Some more a-holes over here. Oh, spiders.
Let's go.
Well struck.
Okay. Man, you go so damn fast with that on kill buff. Holy shit. From the totem. Dude, I love it.
Protect the Envoy.
Fuck. Okay. Oh my god, look at me go.
We got them all.
Got another plant over here. Bank that up. I'm assuming these are just plants I missed from going a slightly different route. Okay, we're right before the place. I wonder if everyone inside got obliterated, or if it protect them somehow. Right, maybe there's something to do with the way in which the keep was constructed. I doubt it. You know, I doubt it. Oh, what's going on out here?
The keep is on high alert. Good.
They are okay.
At least they know how to plan for a crisis.
We need to leave before all of the tusks is flooded with lava.
And then what? Start over with nothing? We'd be beggars in the streets.
People be pointing. Okay. There's more people just pointing.
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
Well, that's why Nandru built the sluice gates, to redirect the lava flows away.
The sluice.
Aedyran.
You think the Locaton made it out?
He's not the one I'm worried about. Someone's going to have to tell the outposts.
Sure, keep us going. You know what that means, right? Saka, you're right.
Wherever we go next, they're gonna need us to build them new.
Exactly, Amakul.
Oh, cut himself off.
I knew it. The moment I saw that Aedyran, I knew it was a bad sign.
Okay, take it
A
easy.
disaster was coming.
He did not. Stop lying.
Yes, I did.
There we go. Okay. Ooh.
Everyone,
Some
please.
stuff is
do not
toppled and
panic.
crumbled.
Simply exit the keep, quickly and calmly, and
We're all going to die.
calm yourself. You won't die as long as you listen to me. We already have a camp set up outside the keep. Simply follow the warden's directions, and you shall all be safe.
Oh, we're all going to die! Okay.
Oh, Marius, praise Abaddon, you are alive.
What's happening? Why is everyone running around like blessed fools?
The volcano erupted. Any minute now, we're going to be flooded. We're evacuating. Kostya's gone to open the lava sluice gates, but they've been disused for so long.
Y'all don't maintain
when
them?
Frölich erupted, I thought... Oh, my boy. I'm so glad you're alive.
Nice to see you as well. Cough pointedly. Say nothing. I'll cough pointedly.
Envoy, whatever it is, we are in crisis. I cannot help you.
We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now.
Let's not waste time then. Where's the path to the garden? I can't leave until you come clean about the garden. Let's say that.
I told you everything I know. The only way to the garden fell centuries ago.
I thought we knew
Then find
that it was
someone
tied
who
to the
can help
sluice.
us.
The sluice
We know
gate.
the path is beneath the keep, and so
Yeah.
do the steel garrote. They would have stormed the walls by now. The Dream Scourge got them first.
They're all dead, by the way. You're welcome.
The steel garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace?
Where's Kostya, Mihala? Somebody told them. What do you think? Books about the garden were missing from the living archives. The steel garrote had them. The steel garrote were in possession of Pargrunan books and records. A young novice stole from the living archives and gave the spoils to the steel garrote. Yeah, let's say that. We know exactly what happened, yeah. I think 6 is the most thorough?
It is not possible. She couldn't have been working on her own. She must have had help. Someone at the highest level of leadership. Someone on the council. No, it couldn't have been Kostya. It can't be.
Whoa! I didn't know we'd be ratting out Kostya. Okay. I didn't try to warn her either. Oh, I don't like this. I'm stuck into saying this. She made quite the logical conclusion. Okay. I'm sorry.
I trusted Kostya. We had our arguments, but
We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us. I can't believe I didn't see this coming.
Can I reload this? Let's see. Yeah, let's do the autosave right here. When we entered. I don't like that at all. That was like a big decision. That wasn't just something minor. Okay.
Everyone, please.
That was not my meaning at all.
Oh, Marius.
Okay, Marius.
What's
Yep.
happening?
The volcano. When
Okay, cough pointedly.
Envoy.
we're minute. You must.
Okay, I can't leave until
I
you come
told
clean.
Then find some. They would have stormed
They're all dead, by the way.
the steel garrote.
Okay. Let's just ask, where's Kostya? Can I quick save during this? No. Where's Kostya?
He's gone below to open the sluice gates. Nandru designed the gates to direct the lava flows away from the keep, but Forja hasn't awakened in centuries.
Could Kostya have told the Steel Garrote about another entrance to the garden?
Shut the fuck up, Marius.
No. If such a thing existed, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya.
He's been trying to make a deal with Aedyr using the keep as a bartering chip. He doesn't believe the Wardens can last here much longer. He's a two-faced coward and a snake. Are you sure you can trust him? If you say so, you know him better than I do. Huh. I don't think we have any other option here than to implicate Kostya, right? I think we have to undergo this. Okay. He doesn't believe the Wardens can last here much longer. That's like the most generous thing we could say here, since our hand is kind of forced.
He lacks faith in the Wardens and conviction in Nandru's teachings. But I always believed he had a certain strength of character, that he could see wisdom and bow before it.
I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but...
But? People can be horrible, Mihala. Even the ones we care for can change. But?
Oh, this is entirely too much. How could he have done this? I can't believe Kostya handed the Steel Garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. Meyu. Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava.
Sounds like your problem. Tell me where he is. I need to find the garden. What would you have me do? I can stop him. Tell me where he is. I need to find the garden.
I will. Abaddon stay my tongue if I betray him, but I will.
I will show you where Kostya has gone. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him.
Mihala.
I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. I cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way.
I wish you and your Wardens the best. Thank you, Mihala. Consider me gone. Consider me gone.
Go now, and go with the gods.
I don't like how here we kind of only had the option to side with Mihala, because my character definitely would not, right? Like, if I were playing a very different character, absolutely, I would have shit on Kostya from the get-go. But my character absolutely would be, like, anti-Mihala and pro-Kostya in a major way. Let's see. Forge Master, you have anything?
Outsider. That was a damn big explosion, wasn't it? Heard it down here above the sound of the anvils. What can I do for you?
Yeah, man, it's exploding right now. Okay. Anything else? Gauntlets of Devotion. Lower stamp cost. Hit steal bonus fire. Buy some of these, I guess. Let me swap to stash. Get rid of some of these things. Oops. Guess I don't need to scrap down those things anyway. Right, I don't even need the mats anymore. Okay. And then the valuables here. Good. Anything else I missed? Yeah, these. Okay, that'll do. Damn. This is how y'all would get to him?
Went through this door. Be careful down there.
Okay. Lava tubes! What the hell? Okay. God, where is that even from? It's been so long since I Well, where is that shit from where the guy says lava tubes? Where is that from? I remember hearing it so long ago. It stuck with me to the point that like the point of origin of this dude saying lava tubes. I've forgotten what it's even from, but I remember him saying it. Okay, let's do a quick save. It's like a show or movie.
Ecosystem. Under different circumstances, I would love to spend some quality time here.
Is this a unique ecosystem?
Down here than we have to.
Looks just like Mount Forja. Well, let me check over this way.
Magma's getting awfully high. We might want to hurry.
Okay. Didn't look like there was any other loot over there. Great.
Not bad for a scholar.
Okay.
We need to keep moving if we're gonna catch Kostya. Kostya left them behind to die. Blessed Korba.
Anything else over here? Who did Kostya leave behind to die? Oh, right here. God, I almost didn't see them under the beetle. Some grenades and junk. How do I get over to the other area back there? I mean, I don't really need to, but it would be nice to get in there. Through here? Could it be? Oh, is this openable? No, it's not. Huh. Down there? No. Yeah, how in the hell do you get over to that? We're here? Oh, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, bunch of mats I don't even need, really. Okay. Great, we'll head on back up all the scaffolding. There's some other loot in this room? Huh. Is it up top? Maybe. Okay. Yeah, maybe this was it? I don't think so. Different area. Okay. Can just jump it. Oh, diamonds. Okay. I'm guessing we'll be going down there. Yeah, see, you can tell that they were running into budget issues in the final part of the game, because this is definitely not a dwarven skeleton. I guess maybe you could say they're a Aedyran, but I don't think in any of the places where we fought Aedyran stuff, were they skeletons? I don't think so. They were always ghosts, weren't they? Maybe they were. Yeah, you know what? I think it's true, yeah. If this is turning into godless ruins, Aedyran ruins, then maybe these are like Aedyran remains in general. Right. Alright, we got them all. Okay. Pop this thing open. Good. There's something that went... Oh, weird.
Not bad, Envoy.
Okay. I'm just gonna drink potions from here on out. If we get down to like 30 potions, I'll stop, but otherwise, I think we've got enough for the rest of the game.
Voices silenced.
Okay.
Kostya isn't going to wait around for us. Keep moving.
Very good.
Never had a chance.
Okay, I'll take that and that. There we are. Good.
They wound us, and we wound in return.
Records of Old Solace, Part 4. The garden is a household name, spoken in awed and hushed tones. We Pargrunen have known since the moment we arrived that to protect it was our sacred charge, given to us by Wodica herself. Through our great founder. Beyond that, none knew the truth of what the garden really was. On one instance, a bold young warden attempted to build in secret a vessel that would survive the trip across the Acid Sea. Upon discovering this, Nandru exiled the warden, claiming that the island's secrets were to remain just that. Entrusted by Nandru himself, I am the only warden alive that knows the truth of the garden's nature. Wall, smite me should I ever give in to temptation and put this secret to writing. The end of the document is marked with a faded symbol reminiscent of an eye. Another mural. I think it's a familiar one. Maybe? No, I think this might be a new mural. Anything up here? Got a treasure chest. There is that one ability, that one item that scales upwardly with your character's current wealth. Forgot what it did. It was like your crit chance or whatever increased the more money you had. I wonder if there's an upper limit to that, or if it can just keep on going. Oh, look at that. Sibelius? The hell is Sibelius? What's over here? Anything good? Huh?
Take your time. One slip and you're dead.
Okay. Hello. Who are you? Oh, you're a skeleton.
Let's finish.
Let's head up here, go for this caster healer priest.
Couldn't have done it better.
Oh my gosh, I'm in super slow-mo. Man, there's a lot of shit here. I don't even know where Sibelius went to now. Oh, there they are. Good. Jesus. Look at all this. Wait, one of those was a summon. There must be like a enchanter down there somewhere, summoning up the small ones.
Nicely done.
At a certain point, I feel like Soppadol would take away my little Soppadol powers. You know? Maybe it doesn't work that way, you know? No givesies backsies. Takesies backsies. Alright, well that went well.
Bravo!
Okay, what have we got in this? Adra. Can I do anything with this? Can I shoot it? No. Superb wand +2. Okay. Let's head over here. Is there somewhere I could jump off to? Nah. Got a treasure. And let me see here. Let me get fresh water. Could probably just jump over there from here. Records of Old Solace, Part 3. We're going in reverse order. A mere few weeks after our arrival in Galawain's tusks, Nandru unexpectedly visited the living archives. The monastery was still in its infancy, but he sought me out with claims that he had made a shocking discovery. As we walked, Nandru pointed out various features in the landscape. A hill here, a now dry channel there, nothing out of the ordinary. He then asked if anything seemed wrong to me. I did not, at least not until he told me his discovery. Galloway's tusks used to be a verdant paradise, not this god's forsaken waste. How he stumbled upon such a mystery he would not say, but I believed him, then, as I believe him now. The end of the document is marked with a faded symbol reminiscent of an eye.
Endless night, when will the sun rise?
What's the left?
To your left.
Oh shit, this one's also a summon? Cool. Anything else up here? I'll yoink those up. Over this way. Nope. Exceptional spear. Okay. Let me do a quick save. And let's check this thing out. Probably more Aedyran. It's making sure all of our, yeah. It's giving us mats to ensure that our stuff is capped out. Oh, old records, or records of old Solace Part 5. After so many years, some of the older wardens have begun to voice their discontent at staying in one place for so long. It is in the heritage, the very blood of the Pargrunen to wander, discover, and settle. There were even whispers that Pravetica would soon be upon us. Such superstition is unfortunately common among my older peers, that every settlement will one day face its Pravetica is its final event. Of course, they will. That is simply the way of the world. All things end. It gladdens this old heart to see that this nonsensical concept is fading away. The end of the document is marked with a faded symbol reminiscent of an eye. Which, right, like we had mentioned, is like the symbol of wall. And I forget, maybe also the hand occult? Am I mistaken in that? Is that also the hand occult? Okay.
Kostya doesn't care who dies. That Korba must be stopped.
Over here. Wow, another mini-boss.
Here they come.
Oh, fuck, a healer.
On your right. Nicely done.
Dude has got some HP. Phew. What a butt.
Nice. That's all of them.
I got Brigandine sleeves. Oh, we've had those forever. Okay. Vessel bone. Sure. Anything else of interest around here? Don't think so. Ah, this little loot outcropping. Gather all these up before we head out. Or head Down, further? Deeper?
If Kostya knew about this, he'd be selling tickets.
Okay, down this way. Yeah, I don't like that seemingly we had no choice but to be anti-Kostya, when my character would definitely be very pro-Kostya. Records of Old Solace, Part 2. I, Elder Monk Karitana, am honored to be among those brave few that first landed on the shores of the Living Lands with our beloved founder. As he forged a path we followed, he was not satisfied with the island's sunny coast, nor its verdant forests. It was clear that he was looking for something, for even the arid deserts were not harsh enough for his liking. After coming across the tusks, Nandru was finally satisfied. We then learned what it was he sought, an island, far into the acid sea. This, he said, was our calling, and that it was now our duty to protect it. And so, we have. Well willing, our descendants will still patrol these wastes long after these old bones have turned to dust. The end of the document is marked with a faded symbol that resembles an eye, or reminiscent of an eye. Okay.
We too.
What? Okay, looks like we're jumping. Sure. Okay. Big old pillar of adra.
Daylight.
Oh, whoops.
I know you.
Is this Kostya?
Speak.
No. Here.
Or is it Nandru?
No. It cannot be.
My brother, soul of my soul. How did you find me here?
Why do you linger, spirit? What forces in the Adra tether you here? I didn't. I stumbled onto you. Who are you? This can't be real. Who are you? It's Nandru.
I have been here for so long.
Who else could it be?
My memories are tattered. They fall apart when I look too long at them. There was a man called Nandru once. Beloved of a
There's their bones too.
God.
Bottom left.
I remember.
Beloved of a terrible god.
I remember it all. I
Which
feel
one?
Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run.
You're a godlike of Sabadal too, aren't you? Could you really be Nandru? I thought you were part Grun myth. Did Sabadal ever find you? Am I in danger? Did Sabadal ever find you?
No. Nor will they here, where we are blessedly invisible to them.
Huh.
I pray my soul disintegrates to dust, to tatters. I pray my soul is lost and never found again. True death will be a relief, if it at last allows me to know silence.
So then it can't be that we are a soul descendant of Nandru, right? Nandru just refers to me as like a sibling because we're both godlikes of Sabadal. You're a godlike of Sabadal too, aren't you?
That was the name they gave themselves. Stolen from the ancient souls, whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them.
Sabadal is too dangerous to go free. I'm going to save Sopodol and end the Dream Scourge. You want me to do what? I can't kill a god. Notice as well, Nandru knows of the creation of the gods. Right? Knows the way in which at least Sopodol came to be. Maybe Nandru didn't ever find out that that's literally how they all were made. That they were all, like, fabricated in such a way. But he totally knows of Sopodol being created in such a way. Which it sounds like it was Aedyran, perhaps. Right? I don't know. Sopodol is too dangerous to go free.
Yes, you see them with eyes unclouded. The ruined cities, the crevasses cleaved into the earth. They remade the land in their image. It reflects their twisted heart.
Damn.
You, my brother, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree.
Resolve 11 out of 9. No, I will free them. How? But where is the way, Nandru? How am I supposed to get there? Just tell me where to go, you cryptic bastard. How?
Your mind cannot understand it. But your soul, when the opportunity is before you, it will know what to do.
But where's the way, Nandru? How am I supposed to get there?
You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sopodol releases you to the same long peace.
How will I know the way to the garden when I find it? Wait, if you can't reach the wheel, what will happen to you? Thank you, Nandru. I can't waste any more time here. Yeah, I love that there's such nuance and, like, there's afforded a reading of this entire situation in that there's simply a bigger fish, right? There is the issue of, right, sort of the tyranny and colonialization that everyone here is being subjected to, in that the Aedyran Empire is new on the scene. They're wielding the steel garrote to sort of have everyone under their thumb, you know? Whether that be people who have been here a long time, but they still came here, right? Right, like the people of the Valians, of formerly Fiormes Averno, at Thirdborn, the former Rauataians, here, the Pargrunan, who have been here perhaps the longest, barring the Aedyran, which we don't even know how the Aedyran came to the Living Lands. But I believe we have confirmation that they too settled here, right? They too were, like, settlers. They came to this place. But so too, is it not the fact that Sopodol, given the nature of the gods, Sopodol isn't like a mystical force of nature that existed here since time immemorial. Sopodol is just like any of the other pantheon, you know? They arrived here in some way, in some form. They were manufactured too, out of souls of people who had come here before, right? They aren't some... It's typical of stories like this to be like, oh, this Sopodol is the spirit of the planet. Sopodol is this force that knows only good and has been tortured by this terrible, industrialized, man-made problem, right? Which, true enough, that is also true. But Sopodol is not, you know, in true Obsidian writing form, Sopodol is not absolved of guilt and carries some weight of like being a bit fucked up, right? If you're playing a goodly character, there is absolutely cause for you to be like, yeah, fuck Sopodol. Sopodol legit killed all these innocent Aedyran just out of a tantrum, right? Especially if you are a player who is taking into account stuff that you maybe have learned in Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, where you know that the gods are not, like, they were not eternal, right? They don't predate existence in the way they do in a lot of fantasy, in a lot of fiction, you know? Okay. Wait, if you can't reach the wheel, what will happen to you?
I do not know my end. In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of.
Huh. That's kind of an amazing interpretation of it. Right? You're removed from the cycle of reincarnation and all of that. Removed from the wheel if you so wish. Which is another interesting read on the wheel and all of that. I forget, do we know exactly the purpose of the wheel? Eora existed before the wheel, right? The wheel was something that was created. It was also manufactured, right? Is it not a... It's not a jump to think that, like, yeah, the wheel was made as a form of servitude, right? The Pantheon, as it exists on Eora, needed workers, needed laborers operating underneath them, and they wielded faith and religion and their, like, mystical power, which actually, you know, it does produce stuff to some amazing effect. But nonetheless, they needed mortals, they needed kith to carry out work. They needed people who they could have do work for them. You know, it's right, like how many degrees separated are we from some sort of like servitude, like slavery or something like that, you know? But it certainly gives new light to what Aethys did in Pillars 2 in breaking the wheel. Aethys being still flawed, but certainly one of the more generous gods toward kith, as we had even seen here when we further examined the words of Aethys in Galawain's totem, you know? Aethys still kind of willing to, right? Aethys is definitely an ally to kith, but still does not fully see all kith as being, like, valuable, right? We'll see situations in which, like, yeah, some kith will die in the process of me breaking the will, but it's got to be done. This cycle needs to be broken and ended, you know? Anyway, sorry, we're getting into deep Pillars lore. How will I know the way to the garden when I find it? Thank you, Nandru. I can't waste any more time here. How will I know the way to the garden when I find it?
It is only a door. Carved and warded by my own rough hands. It knew me. It will know you. Because the same thorn tears at us both.
Thank you, Nandru.
Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, brother. And when you see Wodika, tell her I said hello.
Strange. Phantasmal focus picked up something, but it's gone now.
Envoy, you alright? We lost you there for a bit, but not like before.
Can I talk to you on here?
Wasting time.
No.
We've come a long way. Just a bit farther, and it'll all be worth it.
Some more goodies back here. So we can chat with them at camp, but we cannot actually go to camp. This is a very Pillars of Eternity 1 opening, right, splash screen, like title screen looking Pillar of Adra. You know? I can almost hear the music of me booting up Pillars of Eternity 1. Okay. head over here.
Kostya's already proven himself an enemy of Solace. Whatever you choose to do with him after we stop him is fine with me.
Oh.
The sluice gates are just ahead. Kostya's probably already there. Let's move. Lava's rising. We have to stop this now.
Is it really? No, more figuratively. I was about to say, are we getting like a Mario level here?
Good, you're here.
Okay. Got some loot there.
Help me destroy this winch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it.
What are you doing? If you don't open the gates, the keep will be overrun with lava. Here, let me help. This isn't my fight. Tell me how to get to the garden, and I'll leave you in peace. If you don't open the gates, the keep will be overrun with lava.
Yes, exactly. I'm saving my people, Envoy. With your help, or without it.
Was it you who told the Steel Garrote about the path to the garden? You're killing your people. You're destroying their home. The Steel Garrote is certainly not coming to help. They were taken by the Dream Scourge. I hope you don't mean the Steel Garrote. I had to stop them from storming the keep. So what he means, his meaning, is to keep the sluice gate from functioning. He wants to overrun the entire keep and flood it with lava to where it is completely uninhabitable. Right? Because that's the fastest way to get it to where the Pargrunen evacuate. I hope you don't mean the Steel Garrote. I had to stop them from storming the keep.
Fuck the keep! So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Doomed by an oath to a dead man. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath.
Right. This is another fantastic instance of like that, frankly, what I think is like the hallmark Obsidian RPG way of writing, or way of writing RPGs, is that there's such a ridiculous amount of like grim nuance afforded to everyone that characters that appear, you know, like we had just mentioned with Sopadal, characters who appear outwardly like good, right, overall good, will go to certain lengths and means to accomplish their goals that they end up, if you shine a closer light, they kind of seem kind of fucked up, right? Anyway, this isn't what Nandru would want. Nandru lied about the oath. The garden is a secret prison for a god. You're just the jailers. Mihala asked me to stop you. Unsheath weapon. I can't let you do this. What'd you have me do, Marius? Do it then, but I won't help you. Nandru lied about the oath. The garden is just a secret prison for a god. You're just the jailers. Let's tell him.
Then my conviction only grows stronger, Envoy. Nandru never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you.
I think my character would let him destroy the shit out of the keep, right? If we're so dedicated to the Aedyran Empire, ultimately, this is a win for the Aedyran Empire. The destruction of Solace Keep is a win for the Empire because they're going to get these people, which ones survive, right? A lot will probably perish in the terrible lava and burn and die to death, or die to death, burn to death and die. But the ones who survive, where will they go? Where will they bring their generations of enhanced, super amazing craft work? Oh, well, I'm sure we can find an opening for them in none other than Paradise. Do it then, but I won't help you.
Burn, then grow anew, a flow to purge the weight. We twine.
That is all I ask.
You can't be blessed serious.
You should hurry on with your task. The lava's rising quickly now. Safe travels to the garden. You'll find your entrance just past this door. I suspect you're the only one aside from Nandru who can open it.
After what happened to Fjord? I can't believe you want another settlement to burn.
Absomalu Vowintu, Envoy. You are lucky I don't feel like fighting another Aedyran right now.
Are you kidding? After what happened, you don't see me doing it? Okay, destroy the winch gears to doom Solace Keep. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna do it my fucking self. Okay, sabotage gears.
It is done.
Cool.
Gods. I can't believe it. Go on. You must get to the garden, and I must see to my people. See you on the next turn, dear.
Okay.
Dragu. I can't believe it. No!
Oh my god! Oh fuck, we're so fucking horrible.
It is done.
It is done.
Gods. I can't believe it. Go on. You must get to the garden, and I must see to my people. See you on the next turn, dear.
Okay.
We're so close to the garden. You can practically feel it.
See, I don't know. I feel like, given what happened at Fiormese Averno, I feel like it was actually more predictable that I would do this here. Right? You know, I feel like it's actually incredibly predictable and in line with my actions that I would do this again. Okay. Records of Old Solace, Part 6. Solace Keep was an ambitious undertaking, but under Nandru's guidance, leadership, and determination, it was finished. A beacon that stands proud as a symbol of the Pargrunan living within its walls. With this done, Nandru presented to us an even greater challenge, the Floating Foundry, a massive facility built atop a river of lava. Many wardens lost their lives securing the construction site, and many more died during the foundry's construction. Their sacrifices, while tragic, were not in vain. The Floating Foundry was erected, bringing with it arms and armor of unparalleled quality. Unfortunately, the foundry did not last long. Less than 8 years after its construction, tragedy struck. An eruption caused the river to swell, and none were able to make it to the sluice gate in time. Now, only ruins remain. Though it is gone, may the foundry's fall serve as a reminder to all of us that unchecked ambition will lead to ruin. These are the final words of First Elder Monk Keritana. May Whale guide me on the journey to my next life. The end of the document is marked with a trio of faded symbols, each reminiscent of eyes. Okay. Sure. Kostya Loyalist Soldier. Looks like, who we're meeting with is just up above. Mihala. Maybe I'll fight Mihala. Okay. Sure. I wonder how many of the Pargrunan will get out. You know, how many will evacuate. Okay. I'll pop this open. Enter the garden. Speak to Mihala.
Good
oh,
old
who seems to be right
Keep.
over there.
Destroyed from within.
Another once mighty settlement goes up in flames. For better or worse, you are a catalyst of change. That must be a heavy burden.
Okay, let's go back to camp real fast. Because we have a fast travel point right here. Oh, Mihala's over this way. Oh yeah, look at all the merchants and shit displaced. Okay. This is fucking wild. Okay. I'm surprised the degree to which they just permit you to be a shitty imperialist. Frankly, on that note...
You Aedyran Kamayu. Take a few more moments to think closely before you go destroying your friends' homes next time.
Where's this coming from? Solace wasn't a home. It was a prison. We all saw that.
What gives you the authority to decide the fate of an entire settlement? That fits the Steel Garrote, but not you.
Darling, think it through. The Pargrunen was stuck rotting in their keep, and the envoys freed them.
What about those who wanted to stay there, huh? What life are they free to live now?
Whatever life they want. Same as you chose when you left.
Oh, so because I wanted to leave, it should be destroyed? I had no idea I had that kind of power.
Darling, it wasn't your decision. Clearly you didn't wish it.
Oh my god, yo. Yahtzee and fucking Kai are both taking my side on it. Kostya knew the Pargrunen would rather be free than suffer under the weight of tradition forever. The people there never would have made that decision for themselves. They needed something drastic to push them along. I made the decision I felt was right. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay. Man, but as I was about to say, I do kind of wish that one of the followers was like more thoroughly pro Aedyran Empire, because we don't really have anyone like that, you know? Right? Like, Yahtzee is the odd one out in that she's not really a representative of any of the culture or subcultures present in the Living Lands, right? Because she doesn't... Maybe it's because I haven't had her with me long enough, but she doesn't speak that much like as if she has ownership over Fior Mezzoverno in the same way that Giada does, right? Like, how old is Yahtzee? Was she... Yahtzee didn't grow up in, like, Fior Mezzoverno, right? She came here with Quilici, no? Or did she come here and then meet Quilici? I don't know. Either way, she, you know, she doesn't even have, like, the Fior Mezzoverno sort of Valian accent. But, so, same story here with Yahtzee. She's not, terribly pro-Aedyran Empire, you know? She's not an Imperialist. We don't have, like, a companion who is, a fucked up Imperialist. Anyway. They needed something drastic to push them along. Let's sound like a real fucking villain with this one.
Exactly.
Oh, so God. You think you know what's best for them. For us. You, an envoy from Usundin Aedyr.
Usundin. Oh, lumber expletive similar to damn it.
That's what Aedyr wants. For us to stop worrying about our own destiny and leave it in their hands.
That... I like that Giada realizes what absolutely what I'm doing. She's not happy about it. She absolutely gets it. I still think it was the right decision. I see your point, but there's nothing we can do about it now. I'm done talking about this. It was the right decision.
Agree to bliste disagree.
I think we could all use a break. Let's camp and get some rest,
I, for one, could use a long rest. And I'm betting the Envoy could, too.
Who can sleep at a time like this? Rest up, we'll talk later. Who can sleep?
I know, I'm excited too, dearie. But we need our beauty sleep, don't we?
Okay. Let's see here. I've got companion points to invest as well. Part of me is tempted, to reconfigure our stats over here as well. You know? Right, like, should I ditch all my resolve points and just do con and might? You know? Part of me wonders about that. I'm gonna do another point in Constitution. Okay. Good, and what do we want here? Yeah, we'll do ignite. Fire and ignite. Fire and ignite. Fire and ire ignites the target. Okay, and then for this. Cooldown reduction, sure. Okay. When barrier ends, allies are healed in proportion to the amount of temp health remaining. Acceleration, yeah, let's have acceleration give damage reduction too. Why not? It's handy. And then for Yahtzee. Size of the blast, why not? Okay. And then for myself, what should I get? Could get more crit damage or melee damage. Yeah, I'll go with melee. Okay, good. Giada?
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. What possessed you to destroy the keep?
We gave the people of Solace an opportunity to expand. We gave them an opportunity. It served no purpose. There's no reason to protect the garden anymore. I didn't want anyone following us, so I created a diversion. We gave the people of Solace an opportunity to expand.
You broke an egg to make an omelette, in other words. Maybe it isn't all bad. Maybe now the wardens can decide who and what they are, with no traditions holding them back. Or maybe I'm guilty of wishful thinking, trying to find meaning in the midst of chaos. No matter how it turns out, I hate to see another settlement destroyed by fire. It feels like the burned queen is opening her shriveled mouth to consume the island whole.
I'm sorry, I wish there was another way. To be fair, the volcano was Sapadal's doing. Maybe she is. To be fair, the volcano was Sapadal's doing.
Sapadal is like a child waving around a knife. The burned queen is a master of manipulation. You shouldn't forget that. Don't worry about me. I have other traumas to keep me up at night. And besides, this is about you. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways.
Arcane scholar, some cultures saw the godlike as harbingers of change. You give me too much credit. Being the envoy of a tyrannical empire has its perks. I didn't come here to upend anyone's way of life. Some cultures saw the godlike as harbingers of change. I bet you could say, is there anyone who's like pro-tyranny? Who's like, yeah, I love tyranny, actually. As long as it's us who are, as long as I represent the people who are tyrannical, I love tyranny. Right? Has that ever been the case? I feel like tyrants always describe themselves as, I don't know, heroic figures rather than literally tyrannical. You know? I guess fucking, Caesar from New Vegas, right? He actually did genuinely see himself as evil, but a necessary evil, necessary to survival. You know? I get, yeah, but in real life, I feel, maybe only in fiction does this exist as a phenomena. Some cultures saw the godlike as harbingers of change.
Then it's a good thing you're here. Better late than never. Wherever that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you.
Yeah, it's tough being me.
At least you keep things interesting.
It's real tough burning down these towns, you know? It's not easy. It's not easy destroying shit like this, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody definitely has to do it. Okay. Anything about Galawain's tusks?
You know me. Always ready with an answer.
After I've done all this? No, that's enough for now.
Pleasant dreams.
Oh, you want to talk
again? I know
again.
Solace was a lot of things, but it was once your home. It can't be easy to see it fall.
Not sure what to say. That was my home, but I left there for a reason. Part of me thinks it was about time those walls fell.
Really? All right. this is like the second or third time we've gotten this degree of tonal whiplash, where I've decided, you know, in role-playing an Imperialist character, which the game totally lets me do, we get this sort of tonal whiplash. I forget, when was the last time? It was after the burning of Fior Zaverna, wasn't it? Where I'm like, yeah, I'm fucked up. I did this for the Aedyran Empire, right? This is to further the goals of the Aedyran Empire. In Shatterscarp, what we did with Thirdborn ended up helping them in the short run of things, right? But regardless, it was for the same motivation. It was still in the interests of the Aedyran Empire, because keep in mind, Thirdborn was already having an interest in cooperating with the Aedyran Empire, you know? They didn't need a little push, as it were. I mean, I guess you could say the same about Fior Zaverna in some respects, huh? But regardless, all of it has been in the interest of furthering the goals of the Empire and being just generally a fucking sneering imperialist. To sort of use some of the jargon, the turn of phrase present in New Vegas, which we had just brought up. But we get this tonal whiplash where initially characters will chastise me like, why did you burn down Fior Zaverna, you prick? Why did you flood my entire hometown with fucking lava, you asshole? Why would you do that? And then after we get out of the initial cutscene, they're like, well, yeah, I guess it did need to be flooded with lava. You know? So I guess I can see why it needed to be fucked up. What is that? What is that? It's so... The whiplash there is really wild to me. They come around on it so quick.
The best that the keep is gone. It could still make you sad, dearie.
I don't know. Take Fior. An invading army destroyed Fior. An actual Blessed Day tragedy. After centuries of isolation and obsessing over tradition, they might have deserved to be destroyed from within.
Tell me, who has the authority to make that decision on behalf of everyone?
Me!
I guess the authority goes to whoever's willing to take it.
And it's me. It's me, the Aedyran Empire, the envoy of Edir.
Envoy? You're probably here to see how I'm doing, yeah? Well, I'm doing great. I always knew my home would destroy itself from within. I just never thought I'd have to stand by and watch while it happened.
You ready to move on? I really do feel like it was the best option. I'm sorry, Marius. Are you ready to move on?
Ready when you are. Just give me the word. Right, changing the subject?
Yeah, just change the subject. All right, good talk.
Until next time.
Giada, what's new? This about the Adra?
Straight.
Yeah, Nandru.
You spoke to the spirit of Nandru. A godlike. Same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement?
He thinks I should also beat the shit out of Sapadal and kill it. He told me to kill Sapadal. He compared me to a tormented beetle in a jar. He suffered in life, and death was no escape. Nothing worth repeating. He told me to kill Sapadal.
Oh. I take it that wasn't what you expected.
No, it kind of was.
I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret.
No,
and determined to make us all miserable.
No, Giada, you have it all
Thankfully,
wrong.
You're still alive. Fate is in your hands.
Yeah, and I'm going to kill Sapadal. What if Sapadal is as awful as Nandru says? There's no reason I can't have a better relationship with Sapadal than he did. Not as long as my soul's tethered to this mad beast of a god. Yeah, my soul is tethered to a mad beast of a god. I'm going to kill them.
I see that as an opportunity in disguise.
Not me. Yeah, not well. An opportunity to fucking take out
Nandru
Sapadal.
lost that privilege when he died, which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts.
Besides, you know, even if I kill Sapadal, how would you go about doing it? You know, how would we do it? It hasn't really been done before. We've talked about St. Widewin and Widewin's legacy and all that shit and the Godhammer bomb. When they did that, they didn't actually kill Aethys. They just killed, like, an envoy of Aethys, so to speak. Maybe Aethys was inhabiting Widewin. Who could say? It's a little loosey-goosey up in the air. But what is known is that after the death of Weidwin, the Godhammer bomb came down, Aethys came back, right? There were some periods of silence and little else, you know? There were some periods of a dark time for Aethasians everywhere. But Aethys came back, and man, was he pissed. No, he wasn't pissed. Man, did he have a change of heart? He had a revelation, as it were. Okay, but he wasn't dead forever. I mean, if we can perma-kill Sopadal, I think that's kind of impressive in and of itself, you know? And who knows where Greater Pillars of Eternity lore and Avowed lore is going to go in the long term, right? Is like I've alluded to this before in the past, is this all building up to like a Kith versus God conflict? Where some Kith are pro-God and other Kith are, of course, pro-Kith, and some gods are pro-Kith, and others are, of course, pro-God. What happened to Nandru is enough to make me fear Sopadal. Sopadal has suffered too. I can't blame them for acting irrationally. I don't really know what to think anymore. I feel a little better talking about this. I love the, we'll stop at no turn to, and I say this both in character and frankly a little bit out of character, a little bit as my true self playing. What's up with us continually having an out, and other people saying it to us, but an opportunity to infantilize Sopadal. As it's like, oh, Sopadal's just a poor widow baby. Sopadal's just a little child waving around a knife. Oh, what a shame if they kill a few thousand people. What a shame. You know, just how kids who run with scissors accidentally stab tens of thousands of people. They wipe out an entire ancient civilization. Are you fucking kidding me? Are we supposed to be like, oh yes, Sopadal, what a poor god. Oh, the poor omnipresent being. What great and amazing power. How difficult it must be for you. Look, if there's ever a game where it comes to be like, oh yeah, it's gods versus Kith, I know what fucking side I'm going to be on, right? I know what, no matter if I'm playing a goodly or a fucked up, evil, nasty freak, a goodly character or a freak of a character, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm anti-God. I'm against them. It's us against them. They got their, right? We were talking about earlier about like different degrees of people having their thumb down on you with their fucking boot on your neck. It's the case here, of course, right? The Aedyran Empire is being pieces of shit. But it goes up a level from that with regards to the pantheon of gods. You know, it goes up a level to that as well. Anyway. What happened to Nandru is enough to make me fear Sopadal.
That's perfectly valid. Gods are terrifying in the best of times. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Sopadal, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands.
What about Helia? You know, what about Helia? Has Helia done anything fucked up? I don't think so. How about Abaddon? I think Abaddon's like, you know, we don't associate Abaddon with much more than like labor and works and, you know, bringing people together to do craft and all of that. And also, you know, I don't know, Abaddon did fucking bat a meteor / moonlet or whatever the fuck and save perhaps the entire planet. I don't know, that was pretty fucking cool. You don't see any other gods out here doing that for people. You know, blew up Abaddon, like, correct me if I'm wrong, that we learned in the White March Part 1 and 2, Abaddon blew up like his entire titan-ass body, swinging his big smith of a hammer to knock a fucking meteor or whatever the fuck it was out of the way before it killed everybody. Motherfucker saved everyone and is reduced to just being like, I'm just the god of smithing. Come on. He should be the god of fucking getting shit done. And that shit that's getting done is saving everybody. But also what in true Obsidian writing form. Has Abaddon done anything fucked up? Has Helia done anything fucked up? I think the worst you could say about Helia is that she reads to me as like a inoffensive centrist. Helia is so fucking mid and uncompelling. Ugh, Helia. Birds. Anyway, let's back to the topic at hand. Let's see. Let's talk about nothing. I changed my mind.
Pleasant dreams.
Marius?
Envoy? Blacked out at that adra and the lava tubes beneath Solace, but it seemed different somehow.
I spoke to the spirit of Nandru, actually. What makes you think it was different? I thought you weren't interested in all that mystical stuff. Oh, that was just Nandru. He wanted to talk to me. No big deal. Let's say that.
Oh, okay. Nothing to worry about. Wait. Nandru? As in founder of Solace, obsessed with the garden, actual Nandru.
You know what? Hearing his delivery here, it just occurred to me. Marius, his partial character inspiration, obviously not like him being a competent tracker and being like this sort of man versus wild dude of the wilderness type of dude. But he reads to me as being at least partly inspired, particularly in his neuroses, being like neurotic. Marius is George Costanza, right? Let's get one thing out of the way. Marius is fucking George Costanza. It was a real honor to finally meet another god like Asapadal. Nandru was a bit of an asshole, to be honest. He suggested that I kill Sapadal, actually. Honestly, I'm not sure I can believe anything he says. He suggested that I kill Sapadal, actually.
Well, that's not what I was expecting. People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man.
Yeah, I would never lie.
Doesn't even really matter what he said, if you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunan who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice. Blessed day impressive is what that is. Envoy, what do you need?
I said that tongue-in-cheek that I would never lie, but true enough, I think my character would never lie. I don't know that we ever have. Anytime we want to do something fucked up and horrible, we're very to the point that we're about to do it. We don't beat around the fucking bush. All right, that's we don't beat around the bush. It's funny when Sapadal. Okay, that's enough for now.
Pleasant dreams.
Let's see. Anyone else have anything? I don't think so. Let's see. Some upgrades. What needs upgrading? I don't know. I guess we may as well upgrade this shit. Okay. Crafting. Can I downgrade these? Yeah. How many do I make? That makes 3. Cool. I need some more. Okay. So what tier would this be? These. Craft these down. Shit, no, I need the white steel chunk. Okay, good. And then I need cave coral. Okay, good. And then I need 3 corrupted adra. Lovely. Okay, good. That'll do.
Have you ever been to the Valian Republics?
A couple of times. Plenty of mercenary contracts out there. What about you? That's where your people came from before they founded Fjord.
I've never even left the island before. The Republics are said to be innovators in arts, government, and animancy, but also corruption.
That's probably why there's so much work for people like me.
One day, I would very much like to visit. If only to understand why my people left.
Alright. Let's exit right here. Okay. Hey, look, we got all the vendors in one handy spot.
Gods, this is Kostya's idea of freedom.
Come on, man. I thought you were behind it now. You know?
It's going to be all right, little brother. Think of this as a chance to find a new home. An adventure.
I don't want an adventure. I just want my home back.
Let's see. There we go. Buddy, you're going to have an adventure. Straight to Paradise. Straight into the Aedyran Empire's economy.
4 kegs of brew, 17 crates of foodstuffs, medical supplies, barely enough weapons to outfit half of us.
We're in trouble, aren't we?
How perceptive of you. Yes, we're in trouble.
There is nothing left. Thank you again, outsider.
She's saying that because there's no bounties left. Is the meaning there?
It's you again. Welcome to our new home. I know it isn't much, but if the smith can reforge himself, we can rebuild from this. What can I do for you?
Speaking of Abaddon.
I take over the job and all this happens, Envoy. It never ends. Make it quick, Aedyran.
Mihala had Petru imprisoned for practicing animancy. I thought you would want to know. Petru won't be returning. I spoke with Mina. She thinks Petru was doing something at the abandoned Warden Tower. Never mind. Mihala had Petru imprisoned for practicing animancy. Thought you would want to know.
Well, you don't pull punches, do you? Huh. I guess that means this posting will be mine for a while now, won't it? Nandru, save us. Thank you for telling me. Careful telling Mina. If you tell her at all right? I need all the wardens I can spare.
Of course, I won't say a thing. She deserves to know. I'll tell whoever I feel like telling. She deserves to know.
You're probably right. It doesn't make it any easier, though. Take it easy on her if you can.
Okay. Look on this. The Wagon of Fun. Cool. More folks down here.
Ugh, my head.
Oh, Mina. Just who I wanted to see.
Hey, you heard anything about Petru?
Mihala imprisoned Petru for trying to start an animancy garden in the abandoned outpost.
Gods, that's a lot. Animancy? No wonder Mihala seemed pissed at him. If he's imprisoned, then I suppose that is the end of it, huh? Gods.
I freed him. He doesn't deserve this. He defied Mihala. You can't blame her. I won't meddle in Solace's affairs. I say it. At this point, that's wild. I freed him. He doesn't deserve this.
You what? Oh, gods, I could kiss you. Where is he?
He'll go to Paradise to start a new life. Don't ask. It's safer for everyone if you don't know. He's going to Paradise.
Paradise? Well, that's better than wandering this wasteland. Good. Thank you for looking into this at all. I'm glad he's going to be safe.
Yeah, you should go there too.
True had a friend. Wild.
Gods, Petru, what have you done?
Oh, great.
Oh, hey.
He did not deserve this. I'm sorry, my boy. I could not save you. Of course, the outsider would survive this.
Sorry for your loss.
I'm sure you are. What do you want?
I'd like to trade. Who's your boy? Anything else I should get here? I thought I already had this. Fragments of the spoils. Yeah, that's the map for the... Yeah. For Galawain's shit. Okay. Got some picks too. Chef!
Oh, praise be to Magrin, you're alive! There have been too many losses as it is.
Alright. Good checking in. There's someone else even further out here.
Fresh,
totally Tycho.
legal wares, straight from Shatterscarf.
He moved all the way here! Okay.
Ah, it's you again. Please say you're just here to buy things and nothing else.
Who are you again?
Really? Do you ruin so many lives that you've already forgotten me?
I do.
Honestly, I've lost count.
If you think I'm still honoring your discount, you're crazy.
Do you have anything of interest? Nah, not really. I'll buy some of your special buff food, though. Thank you.
Fresh, totally legal wares, straight from Shatterscarf.
Let's see, over this way.
The very image of Nandru indeed. The gods send you at the most opportune time. A word, please.
Sure thing, Chief Engineer.
Welcome to Solace Keep. A marvel of Pargran engineering, no?
It sure is.
Welcome to Solace Keep. A marvel of Pargran
Okay.
engineering, no?
Ooh, where am I going over here? Little secret treasure. Only needs one pick, too. Great. Okay, let's head over this way.
Everyone, keep calm. I'm sure the council will have answers for us in no time at all.
Oh, I can talk with you.
Oh, how horrible. How truly terrible.
You okay, sir? I'm sorry for the loss of your home. You okay?
No, of course not. I've lost my most precious belonging this day. Wait. You were in a keep, weren't you? Perhaps you can help me. Would you have perhaps seen a small diary?
Oh, I found this diary in a drawer in the keep. Is this yours? Lie. No, sorry, I haven't seen a diary anywhere. Ever, in fact. Sorry, no, I haven't. You should really keep better track of your things. Oh, this thing? This old thing?
Oh, that's it. Thank you. Wait, did you steal my diary? Why would you? Wait, you didn't read it, did you?
Stare silently. Give a knowing wink. I certainly see Mihala in a different light now. Stare silently.
Free to! Excuse me, I have to go, now!
Yeah, he was the one who wrote the, like, softcore porn, right? God, that was before we really knew who Mihala was, too. Where's Kostya? Did he die on his way out? I guess so. That's what he meant on See Me on another turn of the wheel. Because his ass fucking got cooked. Okay, there we are. Hello?
The keep is gone, Envoy. cannot believe it. Surely something must still stand?
It's all gone. The keep has fallen and your people are finally free. I'm so sorry, Mihala. I don't have good news. We could have avoided this all if you had helped us in the beginning. There's something you must know about Nandru. Your oath is a lie. Let's say it. There's something you must know about Nandru. Your oath is a lie.
A lie? You call our oath a lie? No, we will not discuss this. Tell me about the keep. Does any of it remain?
It's all gone. I'm good. I can keep pressing it. Oh my god. Okay. Nandru kept the truth from you. He only wanted to watch the garden. Wanted you all to watch the garden to keep a god imprisoned.
It doesn't matter, Envoy. An oath is an oath. If Nandru thought it best, then so do I. Now tell me about the keep.
It's all gone.
No, no, no.
I assume.
Tell me you're lying, Envoy. It can't be true. It can't all be gone. Where is Kostya? He won't lie to me.
Kostya lives, but I don't know where he is.
Thank Nandru that he is alive. There is mercy
So he did
in
survive.
this universe. I've decided. Kostya will assume leadership of the Pargrunen. He has always believed in a better life for our people. One that I could not provide. If he wishes to retain me as an advisor, I will stay. But I failed at the oath I swore to Nandru, to keep our people in solace and protect the garden.
He was trying to sell you out to Edir. Kostya is a traitor. I mean, that's true. But, look, that's great for me. That's great for us. You didn't know any better, Mihala. Don't blame yourself. You sure about this? Kostya did destroy the keep. She doesn't need to know that. She doesn't need to know that. You didn't know any better, Mihala. Don't blame yourself.
I did everything in my power to uphold Nandru's oath. And it brought us to a place of conflict and ruin. Kostya sees a better life for our people. And he believes I stand in the way. Perhaps he is right.
Man, this is good.
Could I speak to you?
Well, speak to Marius?
Right. Did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare?
No matter what Mihala says, you know we have your back. Face your fears, Marius. If she says anything untoward, we'll stab her. Face your fears, Marius.
Knew you were gonna say that. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right. Waiting for the but?
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
What does that mean? Marius, you weren't like a fucking outlaw or something? What do you mean? You didn't... Marius, you're not like a murderer. You're not like a psycho killer or some shit. You were just an orphan child. Your village self-imploded because of a madman convincing everyone to join a suicide cult. What do you mean more than you deserved? Marius, you're not some like hard man out here. What are you talking about? Marius, you deserved a good life. Okay. That was a kind thing to say, Mihala. What a waste of our time. That went better than I expected. Let's be very condescending here, right? I feel like my character saying this reads as so condescending, right? It's like as if we're finally getting some control over things. I say with the entire keep like filled with lava, brimming, overflowing in the background. Finally, some order around here. That was a kind thing to say, Mihala.
It was a true thing.
Okay. Anything else?
Aedyran.
Okay, can I go over and actually look at the keep? Can I enter it in some way? You know, we weren't able to do the same back at Fiorme Zaverno because there were some steel garrote posted out front. And I didn't want to get on their bad side by just openly attacking them. Let's have a little look. I'm guessing it's all... Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, wow.
Father, I don't know what to say.
Nothing to say, boy. In all my years, I never could have imagined anything like this happening.
It shouldn't have happened. We should return to the camp.
Not yet. I want to stay here for now. Just a bit longer.
Yes, Father.
Okay. Sure. Oh yeah, look at that. Completely inaccessible. The drawbridge was made of wood. Which is kind of a wild thing to do when they fireproofed almost everything else here. You know? The drawbridge being wood. Having a drawbridge at all? I don't know. I feel like you'd be better off with a big gate. Rather than a drawbridge. Make the bridge more solid, more rock. But then have the way in be like iron wrought gating. Okay. Well, let's fast travel back over this way. No? Or should I go elsewhere? Is there an elsewhere to go to? Look, they're still over here at the archives. Do you think they see this? They must do, huh? Okay. Path to Garden Beacon. Okay. Oh, that went well. Oh. Sure. Hey, now here's a familiar area. Remember this? Hey. Man, we found this. Who the fuck needs Nandru? I'm assuming we will run into Kostya again.
Closer. We have waited so long.
Travel to Garden Cave. You will not be able to return once you enter the garden. Do you wish to proceed? Sure. Point of no return.
Well, this is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. And now, without Solace, there's no reason for me to ever come back.
The Wardens deserve a new beginning. Kostya made some good points. Hope you're not too upset about what happened. Kostya made some good points.
Clearly you thought those few good points were worth the destruction of Solace. Agree to disagree.
Please, be honest with us, Marius. Are you going to be alright?
I'll be fine. It's not like I have any more childhood homes that can be destroyed.
Solace is gone, but its people aren't. You're still here, and we're still with you. Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fior, and the steel garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Our friend was able to talk some sense into their leader, though. Hopefully, that will last. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
Whoa! Take it easy. An island ripe for study, and instead we'll argue about who owns it. Ringrim was right to leave. Maybe curing the Dream Scourge will cure the island's insanity. The Living Lands could be at war by the time we leave the garden. Don't remind me, I didn't sign up for this. There should be another option here for me to be an Imperialist, right? I'm still pro-Aedyran Empire. The Living Lands could be at war by the time we leave the garden.
Sweet of you to think the fighting will wait that long.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
Arcane Scholar. I suppose it'll be a rare opportunity to put a few metaphysical theories to the test. They have a right to be worried about certain death. Good point. We'll be the first to enter the garden in ages. You aren't frightened? Good point. We'll be the first to enter it in ages.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
You're saying there's a chance we all become raving lunatics. At least we get to meet Sapadal in person. You're making this up. Pinch the bridge of your nose. That's great. Thank you, Yatsley. We're channeling Marius here. You're making this up.
If mortals can change their environment, so can a god. Before we go any further, I have to ask
but they're
something.
Imprisoned.
You told the Inquisitor that you intend to kill Sapadal. Is that still the plan?
I gave her my word. Maybe I should keep it. Unless anyone has a better idea. No idea. I was just trying to placate Ludwig. Do you disapprove? I can't discuss that while Sapadal is listening. Listen, Sapadal. Go ahead and listen. Unless anyone has a better idea.
For once, I'm all out of ideas. Anyone else?
I'm a soldier. I prefer leaving these decisions to people like you, but if you're asking for input, I don't entirely disagree with Ludwig on this. She may be a monster, but she's not the only one the Living Lands has seen. Sapadal could render this whole island as barren as the tusks in a fit of anger.
Sapadal caused the Dream Scourge. All of this pain. I don't think I can forgive that. Especially after seeing Iancu. I just can't let that go.
Think of what we could learn from Sapadal. Perhaps there's a way we can keep everyone alive.
Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in.
Giada, don't scare me with a good time. You're saying we could have the Living Lands under Aedyran control and remove all chance of animancy practitioners being here? Alright, any more words of wisdom? There has to be a right or wrong. Otherwise, what are we doing? That doesn't make the choice any easier. Yeah, we're nothing if not filled with conviction and morality, as misplaced as it may be. There has to be a right or wrong. Otherwise, what are we doing?
Putting an end to Sapadal's imprisonment, one way or another. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature, if you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Anyone feel like running back? This may take a while. Yeah, Giada here alluding to an out they'll have for like a sequel or another game set in this setting. Regardless of what we do to Sapadal here, right? Sapadal could return. You know, maybe have a period of silence, but still make a return in the future. Just as we had recently talked about with St. Widewin. Does anyone feel like turning back? This may take a while.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsley, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
All right then, we're in this together. Thank you, everyone. I don't say that enough. Wipe a tear from the corner of your eye. All right then, we're in this together.
Fair weather or foul,
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Oh.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
So we're saying that even characters who are not with us in our party will be around.
I wanted to thank you. You've been a really good friend to me, and I appreciate it.
Something on your mind, Marius?
Running into Iancu reminded me that I did have friends in Solace, and when I left, I more or less lost them. Since then, I lost track of how lonely I was getting. Then, you and the Envoy showed up.
That's what friends are for.
Seriously, though, you treated me like kith, not like an exile or a drunken loss of a person. I needed that more than I knew.
We're here for you when you need us. Anytime.
Oh, and if you tell anyone I said that, I'll put a twig viper in your bedroll.
There he is.
Okay. And Giada.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Why am I so anxious?
You were feeling lost after Emerald's Stare, and this place gives you hope. Because we're about to do something incredible. Maybe you see this as a turning point in your career. You tell me. Because we're about to do something incredible.
I suppose you're right. I'm frightened, I'm excited. I'm a lot of things right now. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Aedyran?
Of course, to power his invention. You're welcome for that, by the way. Please don't tell me we need to collect another heart. Of course, to power his invention.
That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it.
We don't have much time to decide. I was worried you'd given up on your ambition. That sort of thinking got your parents killed. Why must we do anything? Cut it out, I say. Let it bleed. I was worried you'd given up on your ambition.
I almost turned my back on animancy. And if I'm being honest, it was a relief. But now that we're here, who am I to reject my upbringing, my potential? My parents were going to build a better world for animancers. That dream was their legacy to me.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves
farther
here.
than they did, to an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything.
You get to decide what to do with your life. The past has no say in the matter. A family legacy is a heavy burden, but you are more than worthy of it. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. You get to decide what to do with your life. The past has no say in the matter.
I'll try to remember that. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it.
Do you know any stories about the garden?
Well, that depends. I know a few spooky stories about the living lands. They may or may not have anything to do with the garden.
All right, I want a spooky story.
Okay, but if something goes bump in the night, I'm waking you up.
Let me think of a good one. There are so many, I can't decide. Which do you want to hear first? I know one about a ranger's dream, one about a haunted well, and one about a golden city.
Ooh, Golden City. Let's hear the one about the ranger's dream. I want to hear the one about the haunted well. Tell me the one about the Golden City. That's enough for now. Golden City.
Many years ago, when Fior Messiverno was barely a dot on the map, an animancer got lost in the wilderness. He came upon a pair of ancient trees, their trunks and branches intertwined. A strange light shone in the space between the trees, and beyond that light, a city of gold. So the animancer returned with an axe to chop the trees apart and fit his body through the narrow gap. But with every blow of his axe, the towers of the golden city fell, The walls crumbled. The lights flickered out. By the time he made it through, there was nothing left. Only the bones of a once mighty civilization.
And a shitload of gold!
As for the 2 trees, they were dead, hacked to splinters, leaving him no path back the way he came.
That's the end? I want to know what happens next. If that's true, how does anyone know the story? Can I hear another story? That's enough for now. Get some rest. If that's true, how does anyone know the story?
Who said it was true? It's very strange. I can't remember who told me that story, and no one claims to have heard it before.
Okay, can I hear another one?
Of course. Which one did you have in mind?
Let's hear the one about the ranger's dream.
One sunny day, a ranger took a nap in the woods of Emerald Stair. He awoke to a forest of dead trees, the night sky full of unfamiliar stars. After getting his bearings, he walked in the direction of Fior Messivernal, but the settlement was gone. In its place was the most beautiful garden, hills bursting with flowers, the grass as soft as Valiant silk. Enchanted by this vision, he bent to pick a rose, but its thorn cut like a knife, severing 3 fingers.
Oh my god!
Then a voice filled his head, shouting, "Go now, before the land takes you, body and soul."
Oh my gosh.
He awoke
the
in
voice
his own
actress is
bed,
doing so good.
a wilted rose clutched in his 2-fingered hand.
Good one, Giada. Sounds like the ramblings of a deranged woodsman. Okay. It sounds like the ramblings of a deranged woodsman.
Perhaps, but that's what I like about it.
Okay, can I hear the final story?
Of course. Which one did you have in mind?
The haunted well?
Once upon a time, a young girl left town to fetch water from the local well. After pulling up the rope, she discovered the head of a Delimgan, one of the tree folk, staring at her from the bucket. "Return me to my grove,"
I love when she does a voice.
"and I will grant you 3 wishes." So she carried the head into a peaceful clearing and sat it down on a tree stump. First, she wished for long life. The head granted her wish. Second, she wished to be impervious to a sword blade. Granted. And finally, she wished to know what happens after we die. No one ever saw her again. All they found was an adra pillar in the middle of a clearing, next to an old stump.
Spooky, I like that one. Do you have any real stories or just fables for children? You know, these stories have a consistent theme. Can I hear another story? That's enough for now. Get some rest. You know, these stories have a consistent theme.
Very perceptive. What do you think it is? I have my own opinion, but I'm curious about yours.
Mortals should not reach for immortal power. Beware of nature, for it punishes the careless. Don't pursue what you don't understand. I don't know, I just thought it sounded scholarly. I really want to say that. Huh. Okay. Yeah, it's probably 3 if we had to pick one of these. Don't pursue what you don't understand. And also one that kind of applies to Giada and her family. God, do I want to say 3, my real answer, or do I want to go with 4? I don't know, I just thought it sounded scholarly.
No need to be bashful on my account. These stories might not shine any light on the garden, but they could inform the way we think about it. First, the garden is beyond all mortal understanding. If you think you're safe here, you're not. And second, when you walk into the unknown, make sure to bring a friend.
Good thing we have each other. So avoid the unknown, but go into it prepared. Isn't that a contradiction? Words of wisdom. Isn't that a contradiction?
Life is full of such contradictions. I say it's better to acknowledge them rather than pretend they don't exist. Hey, You're a good listener. Not everyone has the patience to hold their questions to the end. Alas, that is all I can tell you about the garden. For now, at least.
Okay. Get some rest.
Who could rest at a time like this?
That's what I said earlier. Marius, do you have anything?
Envoy, what do you need?
Nope. Okay.
If I must.
What about Yatsley? I'm assuming
I'm
they're all the
starting
same.
to suspect that every single leader in the Living Lands is incompetent. Truly, is there no vetting process? At least the Pargrunen of Solace Keep are free of their stone prison. Maybe they'll be able to move someplace without lava. Though I'm loath to have given that slime Kostya what he wanted. It's been a long day. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who saw Fjord burning again in the flames of the keep.
Yeah,
But
Giada.
we should check on Marius.
was the
I'll
other
make
one.
him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too.
I've already spoken with him. I'm surprised you wanted to burn the keep down. Can't believe you and Kostya agreed on something. Surprised you wanted to burn the keep down.
Well, of course, I'm not suggesting it's always a fix for issues. But clearly the keep was holding the Pargrunen back. They were shackled to it, unable to move on. They won't thank us for it, but it was the right decision. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaru.
Yatsley is a little deranged. And not in like the happy-go-lucky fun way that she projects. I mean, she is that, but as well, she's like a more darkly sort of deranged. You might have to keep an eye on Vidaru. See that he doesn't take any lessons from this council. You're harsh on Vidaru, aren't you? Do you think that Fjord could devolve like Solace Keep did? Let's say that.
There's always a way for things to get worse, dearie. I wouldn't be surprised. We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden. Oh, come on, Envoy, let's get going. How can I help, darling?
Okay. Good chat. Anything
Sweet
from
dreams,
Kai?
Envoy.
When you find Sapadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place.
I didn't realize you had such eclectic tastes. It gives me the creeps. There is something beautiful amidst this chaos. I didn't realize you had such eclectic tastes.
I'm a man of hidden depths. What's not to love about floating islands and a spectral tree? Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse.
I feel like we're getting spoilers on what's to come. Arcane Scholar. If a god is a being of vast essence, then imprisonment means isolating a massive, powerful soul in the adra here. That's true. Let's say that.
You make it sound like we have a ticking bomb under our feet. And judging from Sapadal's outbursts at Mount Forja and Naku Kubel, you're probably not far off. They're a few provocations away from disaster.
Who wouldn't be? They've been imprisoned here for centuries at least. They were volatile before their imprisonment. Since then, they've unleashed the Dream Scourge. Sapadal is complicated. They were volatile before their imprisonment. Since then, they've unleashed the Dream Scourge.
Exactly. And what are the odds that centuries of imprisonment have improved their temper? Setting them free means gambling with the lives of everyone in the Living Lands. It's not worth it, but it's not my call. I don't envy you having to deal with a loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have when we escape this place.
What do you mean? Dealing with Sapadal won't diffuse the political tensions in the Living Lands. After this, I'm disappearing to a remote cabin for a year, and no one is stopping me. What do you mean?
While we're tracking down your god, things are heating up between your Aedyran comrades and the locals.
Enough. I don't have time to reflect on every conflict in the Living Lands. I was sent to deal with the Dream Scourge, not politics. Yeah, that. What are you talking about? That was all the Steel Garrote. Let's say that.
A lot of people aren't going to make that distinction. Especially when your Ambassador Heelguard hosted Ludwig in Paradise for as long as her assistance was convenient. The Steel Garrote leveled fewer. Even if Animancers aren't the most popular bunch, everyone gets nervous when fields burn. And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost on anyone that your people despise animancy. Not when Hilgard banned the practice in Paradise.
I see your point, and that was indefensible. Come on, Hilgard had nothing to do with the Steel Garrote's plans in Fjord. Let's say that.
Even if you believe that, no one else will. And that's not all. You helped Ludwig destroy Nakukubel. And while most people don't give a tarnished skate for godless ruins, they'll see that as a powerful demonstration of siege weaponry.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. But we stopped a bunch of Dream Thralls. The alternative would have been worse for Thirdborn. Again, Steel Garrote. Enough. I don't have time to reflect on every conflict in the Living Lands. But we stopped a bunch of Dream Thralls. The alternative would have been worse for Thirdborn.
One thing I've learned about war. Strife and distance have a way of reducing nuance. All anyone else is going to see is a threat display, on the doorstep of the Living Land's best cannoneers, no less. And then there's Solace. The oldest continuously inhabited stronghold in the Living Lands, the pride of the Pargrunen, now reduced to ash and rubble.
Okay, that is technically on me. Oh, come on. Half of them wanted to leave. I hate politics. Oh, come on. Half of them wanted to leave.
Yep. And the other half will have stories about how the Steel Garrote and the sudden arrival of the Aedyran Envoy hastened their exodus. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's going to be laid at Adir's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Hilgard's been helping matters while you've been out here.
So the tensions are high, and everyone out here is well armed. What about it? Hey, leave him out of this. What about it?
If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy.
Aedir's my home. You can't expect me to turn my back on my people. I was sent to stop a plague, not prosecute a war. The people of the Living Lands deserve freedom. I won't help anyone subjugate them. Aedir's my home. You can't expect me to turn my back on my people.
I don't. And for what it's worth, I wouldn't blame you for choosing that. Fighting kin and countryfolk is a hard thing to ask of anyone. It's part of why I came out here. I lost my stomach for Rauatai's campaign and the Deadfire, but I wasn't going to turn insurgent against my own people either. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this.
Thanks, Kai. No matter what, good night. No matter what?
No matter what. Hey, it's not like you could possibly make the mess we're in worse, right?
Okay. Thanks.
Anytime.
Good night.
Good night, Envoy.
Okay. And I imagine when we lay down to rest, we will probably get a little dream with Sopadol, perhaps? All right. Well, my goodness, before we formally get to the garden, I think we'll call it here for now.
Does anyone want to share a scary story?
No. Gods, no.
Why not? We've got everything we need. The crackling campfire, the foreboding ambiance.
I actually need to get some rest tonight. I'd rather not spend the whole night screaming in my sleep.
Well, I liked Giada's story.
Thank you, Yardsley. I suppose I owe the rest of you an apology. I didn't mean to frighten anyone.
Your stories are very good. They're just feeling a little too close to reality right now.
I'll try and think of something more pleasant then. Like a mouse and a rabbit going on pathetic little adventures.
All right. Until next time, please take care of each other.